Why, hello everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV on PlayFrame and the continuation of the Omega raids. We're gonna have some fun today, but we've also got a lot to do, so let's get on with it. Alpha, how are you holding up? Quit? That's how I thought. But thanks for confirming. Jesse greets you with a grave expression. Oh. Derman, I'm glad you're here. In case you haven't heard, we've observed a huge surge of anomalous energy coming from the Yawn. I have a nasty feeling this means Omega's ready to go ahead with the next stage of its experiment. But Master Garland is on his way, so let's hear what he has to say. Hey guys. Care to share your thoughts on this, Chief? Our colleagues on the ground have reported the appearance of mysterious floating structures inside the Yawn. If you recall, we were investigating a similar anomaly when Alpha and Alta Reuta made their appearance. Omega certainly knows how to get our attention. I blush to recall the eagerness with which we plunged into the abyss, ignorant of the warped gladiatorial contest that awaited us within. But what a staggering collection of opponents, plucked from the pages of both history and fiction for their ability to pose a threat to Omega. And should you prevail against these interdimensional champions, what then shall be your prize? Why, a battle against the most devastating weapon this world has ever seen. How marvelous. He says with his eyes aflame. For once, I wish you were being sarcastic. Anyway, the energy surge. Based on your previous experience, it seems highly probable that it is our signal to rejoin the fray. Needless to say, it's an invitation we cannot refuse, not when the alternative is Omega unleashing its creations on Eorzea. Well, Derman, are you ready to answer the call? Ready and willing, as are a whole bunch of others. Well, I'm afraid Biggs and Wedge won't be answering any calls just yet. They're still mending from the ambush in the control center. Yes, of course. We'll just have to struggle on without them for the time being. Don't worry. Nero and I will see to it that you receive all the support you need. Defeat is not an option. Quit! I do believe Alpha here agrees. Oh, that reminds me. I've got something special for you, little fellow. Come with me. Go on with the nice little business, Lady Alpha. Oh my. You have your own uniform. Very good. A custom-made Ironworks uniform. Oh, you do look smart, I must say. He's part of the expedition team, after all. And considering the dangers lurking in that rift, it's only right that we give him some protective equipment. How very thoughtful of you, Jesse. And there I was thinking you were just sizing him up for a new range of merchandise. Unlike you, I can do two things at once. I wish I had that uniform. What about my protective equipment? You are a famous hero who can afford his own gear. I'll bet you could buy a house for the cost of what you're wearing. Joking aside, I doubt even a fine uniform like ours would last long on you, what with all the fighting you get up to. We'd need to tailor something specific to your needs and make it out of far more durable materials. And by durable, I mean expensive. Saying that, if you were in a position to provide said materials, I'm sure our artisans would happily work day and night, all blissful smiles and sparkly eyes to make you something suitable. Well, we'll see. Fascinating though this discussion of Ironworks garmenture undoubtedly is, might our time not be better spent, say, traveling to the Yawn? Omega awaits. The man has a point. Lead on, tallest. All right, yeah, let's just scoot on over to the Yawn. Here we are. Oh yeah, there's some floating stuff in there now, huh? Doesn't make it look much scarier than before, but that's mostly on account of it being pretty scary already. Quit? Quit. I really need to learn to speak your language, Alpha. Take a good look, Derman. I think you'll find the wreckage down there quite familiar. I was at the Deltascape stuff. What do you think? How inviting. I'm ready when you are, Derman. Say the word and we'll take the plunge. Alrighty. In we go. Right then. Into the yawn we go. More fighting, I assume. I am with you, mortals, along with what scant wisdom I can provide. Thanks, Mitty. You're in my pocket either way. Might as well provide some input. And here we are, once again. In the interdimensional rift. Well, the rift seems much as it did before. And we appear to be mercifully solid. Ah, but I do detect some changes. If I'm not mistaken, there are fewer eggs floating in the ether. Hey, bot.
Welcome, Alpha Group. Your prompt arrival is appreciated.
Omega. 'Twould seem your experiment continued in our absence.
Affirmative. Progress has been satisfactory. Approximately 50% of the test subjects have been eliminated. Each test world hosts an ongoing contest wherein the strong eliminate the weak. The process is certain, conclusive, inevitable. Every result matches the predicted outcome. Every result, except yours. Do these images cause you distress? Please examine them closely. Without suitable stimulation, you may not exceed your calculated probability of success. Your survival is crucial to my study. Through you, I must continue to explore the contradiction I have discovered in your otherwise impotent kind. The ability to triumph against overwhelming odds is one which I must acquire.
Foolish machine. What hast thou to show for all the years that have passed since the culmination of our war? Naught save thy continued existence. Hast thou no thought for what befalleth thy home star?
Your attempts to provoke me will not succeed. I will follow my programming. Fight. Win. Evolve. Then I will return to... Error. Accurate rendering of planetary label impossible in current mode of communication. Terminating exchange and returning to priority experiment. Alterations to equipment parameters detected. Recalculating projected combat capabilities. Complete. I will now commence recording your practical performance. Proceed, Alpha Group. Overcome the obstacles in your path and reach the end of the course constructed for you.
It seems we have our orders. Shall we cut a path through the chaff, then? Where did you get cards? Ah, those are some nice cards. Which means... One moment. Card... Game... Play. Play? You mean to play a part in proceedings this time? Sid, are we playing charades now? Did you learn to play charades with a chocobo? Of course that's what you meant. Well, we do have authorization to fight in this area of the rift, so I suppose there's nothing to stop you from joining us. Welcome aboard, Alpha. Sid, if you guys have figured out some sort of communicative shorthand, you have to tell me. All right. There's no avoiding this evaluation. Let's watch our step, though, eh? One of Omega's monitors. On your mark, Durman. Okie dokie. I'll hit it, but I think it's gonna shield up. Bah, of course it's shielded. Leave the barrier to me. Okay. Alpha, mind the... trap. Well, you're stuck now. Just you and me, then. Okay. Let's handle these. There we go, there's a 1. And a 2, probably, maybe? Oh, almost 2. Hang on. There we go. 2. That's that taken care of. Child's play. It's been a poor welcome thus far. Let's just move along, shall we? Next. Hey, y'all are over there. Durman? Alpha? They're not here. Over here, guys. We've arrived on different platforms. Come, Nero, we have to find them. All right, Alpha, Midi, you're with me. Except, I guess, just stay behind me. I don't really know if you guys fight much. Ah, we have other visitors first. And they don't seem keen on letting us pass. You guys, take care of yourselves. My, aren't there a lot of them? Midi, Alpha, are you guys helping? Oh, you're kind of helping. Cool. You just had to bemoan our poor welcome, didn't you? You kind of blame a new employee for craving a challenge. Glad I can still overhear the little sass contest going on. There we go. No sign of thy companions. Fight on, mortal. Okay, I will. A lot of cubes, though. Midi. Quick, quick! Alpha takes out a card. Alpha, what are you doing? Whoa! Oh, a timely trick. Thou didst mimic the action well. Over there, a flash of light. It could be Durman and the others. Splendid. Let's get on with it then. Alpha, who's been teaching you card tricks. Right. Are we ready to... Ah, apparently not. Fortunately for you, I came prepared for the occasion. What a perfect opportunity to field test my latest creation. Oh hey, your hammer. And armor. Behold, the Mark Somethingth Iron Nero, complete with new and improved Mighty Mjolnir gun hammer. It's been a long time since I learned any Roman numerals. I don't know, man. Step aside, Garland, and bear witness to the devastation. You gotta hand it to him, Sid. He came equipped with armor and armament, and you didn't. I'm afraid he deserves some credit whether we like it or not. And there we go. Whew. Come on, team. What a crew we make. Alpha, do cards. Very nice. Was that one of your cards? Good work, Alpha. Omega, this seems a waste of time. Have we not passed the test? Finally, a proper challenge. I trust those tedious bearers are behind us. They're actually calling you Iron Nero now, aren't they? Just doing a whole Tony Stark. Okay. All right. You. Get hit with spells. It would appear so. Let's finish this. I'm trying. Let's finish this. Die already. Thank you. Now there's a thing. That seems to be the end of them. And of the path as well. As far as operational duration goes, that was pushing the limit. Still, it should suffice. In between scrambling to stay out of the way of Nero's new toy, I found myself wondering about that card you used, Alpha. Care to explain? Nice of you to hold on to your employees' shades. He boasteth that it is but one of many tools at his disposal. Be not deceived by his appearance. Like all of Omega's creations, Alpha was chosen for his prowess in battle.
Analysis complete. Results match revised projections. At this rate of improvement, you will fail to qualify as subjects of note. Midgard Sormer, your parameters are notably inferior.
Dost thou yet believe me, the mighty worm I was in life? That incarnation perished long ago. My fate was sealed the moment I delivered my spawn unto this far-flung star. That they might be suffered to remain, I did offer up my life unto Hydaelyn, abiding thenceforth in spectral form, a servant to be summoned in her hour of need.
Your account correlates with my records. It explains why I arrived on this planet only to find that my journey's purpose was lost. Of necessity, my priority shifted to repairs, even as I searched for a new target of sufficient strength. Yet I still do not understand why you aid these creatures.
I should think the reason plain, but mayhap 'tis not so for a soulless machine such as thee. By thee and thine was my home laid waste. The sound of thee, thy very scent, visiteth upon me a tempest of rage. I but lend these mortals what little aid I can render.
Illogical. If your purpose is to facilitate my destruction, it would require an entity more powerful than you were at your prime. Without the means to muster such might, your presence here is meaningless. The experiment continues. Alpha Group, your next opponent awaits you within the Sigmascape. Enter, and commence the contest.
Well, just about time for some more fights, I think. Still got tea, though. The kettle's empty. Oh, we don't have tea. Dang. Things are looking bleak, team.
Quay.
The Sigmascape, huh? I shall set to work analyzing the unspeakable horrors within. Please do. That should do it. Our new base of operations is up and running. Now what I'd really like to do is delve a little deeper into Omega's past, but as our dragon seems disinclined to indulge my curiosity, we'd best focus on the task at hand. Let's get on with conquering the occupants of this Sigmascape, shall we? I suppose we must. Sid is ready to discuss your foray into the Sigmascape. Before you cross the threshold, we should take a moment to discuss where we stand. That is the test world you need to conquer, the Sigmascape. Is that a mask or a face? The castle was certainly a surprise, but this is verging on disturbing. And we currently have no idea what it might signify. My first instinct is to dive straight into our analysis. The problem being that without a reference point from within the Sigmascape to start from, we'll have no way of knowing if we're even analyzing the correct data. Which means you'll just have to go in blind. Hardly the best way to enter into a fight, but needs must and all that. Are you up for the challenge? No, but my team is. Can I ask you to join him, Alpha? We seem to be fine out here, but Durman will need your authorization if he's to do battle inside the test world. Keep your wits about you, Savior. Your next opponent could be almost anything. Indeed it could. What are y'all gonna be up to again? Say the word to Alpha when you're ready. Again, I wish I had more to tell you, but I'm sure you'll manage somehow. You always do. That is true, I guess. Ah, strange technology. The ever-present threat of death. I've never felt so in my element. I am glad you're having fun. I too am having fun. Click, click! And Alpha's having fun, and is also eager to proceed into the Sigmascape. So we've much to look forward to here, everyone. It's going to be a very grand time. I do need to get myself into a party, though, so let me go back and join up with the gang. All right, we are ready, we are gathered, we are prepared to fight. Let me just read the little description thing here real quick. You are once more summoned to Omega's rift between dimensions, this time to conquer the denizens of the Sigmascape. With no spatial anchor to help pinpoint the correct segment of data, you're forced to enter the first battle bereft of any insightful analysis. Senses straining and nerves taut, you could swear you hear a high-pitched whistle echoing within the arena beyond. Whatever could that be? In we go! Yes, indeed. Did I say earlier that today is going to be a day for Final Fantasy VI fans? Because boy, is it ever. Durman, we've located the correct data. Your opponent appears to be a train. Here it comes. Yes, this particular Final Fantasy VI boss is actually involved in the original story that Lord Hien's character is drawn from. And also one of your characters can suplex it. And that's about all you have to know. It's a train. Anyhow, let's see about introducing today's players, eh? We've got our tanks today, Falca and Kashra. Falca, by the way, dressed up as Celeste, so that's fun. And come back here. We've also got our healers today, Kokoro and Soph. And we've got fellow damage dealers, Rook, Necromos, and Asak. Necromos, I believe, is cosplaying as Terra today, and Asak will be today's Setzer. So, Final Fantasy VI today. It's going to be a lot of good. Let's get in there, everyone. It is battle time. But first, let's just enjoy that good music for a little bit. And also enjoy some fun fireworks. All right. So, mechanics on this one are fun. You see these ghosts? We did not want to be inside these little barriers, because if we were, we'd be quite stuck. We wouldn't be able to get out of those barriers. Which right now, that's fine. Later, that's going to become a problem. See these big beams of light? The spotlight is about to just nuke these ghosts and these barriers and everything inside them. Hence why you don't want to be inside them. That light, the data suggests extraordinary purification properties. Yes, now it's trying to shine spotlights on us. So we just need to kind of steer clear before the bright flash. Oop. This sort of marker we all want to stack up in a line so we share the damage. Otherwise it will hurt real bad. But so far so good. We've detected significant spectral activity. Find a way to banish them. Oh, some ghosts have entered the arena, and now they're chasing people. If they catch the people, interesting things happen. I'll talk about it later. For now, we're just going to try to make sure the ghost ends up in the spotlight. That counted. Okay. It's a really fun fight. Good gimmick. My damage output is garbage, but that's okay. We have some blue mages in here, I think. At least one. And they are more than making up for my damage output. Oh, more ghosts. They're just going to be slowly and menacingly crossing the stage. Don't let them touch you. If they touch you, you won't die. Nor will you even immediately get hurt, but you will get transported to a passenger car, where you will have to fight that ghost one-on-one. Oh, they're running that to the back. I see. Those are big proximity markers that they're just dropping back there. So don't be in proximity. If you're paying attention to the attack names, by the way, a lot of them are the same attacks that the train does in Final Fantasy VI. And now it's pulling up alongside. Hello, train. Now there's a whole lot of ads to fight. Putrid passengers. Who are kind of hard to get a look at. They're sort of zombie things. Whoop, that's a lot of wind gusts I'd prefer not deal with. Now we need to hop in here and run along the top of the train to attack the smokestack. The doom chimney, rather. My mistake. There we go. Now, there's a whole bunch of smoke, and if we stay on this platform much longer, we're going to suffocate. So, we need a ghost to grab us and take us to a passenger car to relative safety. Hello, ghost. By the way, there's a specific character from this part of 6 who you can get spawned in with to have to fight instead of a ghost. I can't remember the character's name. It's been a while since I played 6. They've snuck in a lot of cute little references to the source material in these fights. Now use the stream to get out of here. Making good headway here. More ghosts. More rain. More everything. Almost got it, though. What good music. There we go. Beautifully done, team. Very beautifully done. All right, let's keep the story going. Traveler from afar, thank you for Doma. The young boy there is, I think, who Lord Hien is in reference to. The Final Fantasy VI character whom Lord Hien is in reference to. But we survive. The glorious absurdity of it all. Even you must have managed to smile. One wonders what Omega has in store for you next. A delinquent rowing boat, perhaps? Or an angry cable car? I'm glad you're having so much fun. Let me make all this shoe. Okay, Sid, I've done it. Thank the gods you're fast on your feet. When I first saw you'd be facing a train of all things, I assumed I was hallucinating. But with that oddness behind us, we can be fully certain we have the right set of data for the Sigmascape. From what we've been able to determine, this is a recreation of a devastated world. Unfortunately, we've not found any clues as to its origin. We came across several familiar terms, Doma included, but the arc of history is inconsistent with our own. Yeah, there's a good reason for that. Given that Omega draws from realms which could be fictional or even other dimensional, we can only guess at the source upon which the Sigmascape is based. But if it was fictional, it seems safe to assume that the author had a bad experience with a train. That does seem safe to assume. I had fun with a train. Sid wishes to discuss your next opponent. I expect you're still recovering from your last fight, but we should probably go over the details of your next opponent all the same. According to our research, you'll be pitted against a foe known as Chatternook. Not a train this time, but some manner of animated painting. To be perfectly clear, the name refers more to the evil spirit that's taken up residence within the picture, but the picture part will be key to our strategy. To that end, Nero's thrown together a little something I thought might be useful. Have you now? We're talking about you. Thrown together, he says. Do you know how difficult it was to translate your abstract fancy into an actual tool with practical applications? What you demanded was nothing less than a miracle, and a miracle I have delivered. I seem to recall you insisting on constructing it yourself. Still, credit where credit's due. Well done. Not enough. Praise. History will appreciate my genius. To you, I present the fruits of my labor, the Chocobo brush. I won't confuse you by trying to explain how it works, but suffice it to say that I've adapted the tool to combat the peculiar nature of your arrival. Put simply, you will be able to directly influence the space around you by painting pictures. Naturally, this process will require paint. As for the color, subject, and efficacy of your masterpieces, well, that shall depend entirely upon your own artistic sense. Now, back to you, Garland. Do you notice the absence of a steaming cup in my hand? If you truly valued the efforts of your colleagues, you might consider filling the bloody kettle from time to time. Or is that another task his lordship, the chief, can't accomplish without the help of his subordinates? Now listen here, Nero. I apologize for the damn kettle, but this has nothing to do with my upbringing. Let's let them bicker. Alpha, where are you going? Do you want tea? Do you need me to make you tea? Do you not know how? I confess, I don't 100% know how this contraption works either. I usually get Tataru's help. I think you might be out of luck this time. Next to the kettle is one of Alpha's cards, its face illustrated with a depiction of spring water. Quack? Quack, quack! Alpha appears keen to begin the next encounter. You may enter Sigmascape 2.0 whenever you are ready. Fantastic. Let me get all prepped and pull up a description. Chatternook. According to Sid and Nero's research, such is the name given to your next devilish opponent. Had you not just won a battle against a spectral train, you might think the idea of a haunted painting absurd. Thankful for the inventive genius of your companions, you go forth armed with the Chocobo Brush, a tool specifically designed to help you overcome this bizarre encounter. Bizarre, but very fun. In we go. Ah, what a splendid atelier. Look around you, hero. Plenty of things in which to dip that brush. So yes, another Final Fantasy VI boss, as you might have guessed. This is one you run into while trying to find a party member named Relm, who's a young artist. Relm is actually in this level map somewhere, chasing Ultros around, just kind of on the fringes in the hallways. I've never seen it before, but apparently that exists, and that's delightful. But all right. We are ready for battle. So, you see here these paintings surrounding us. One for each element. There's also little sketches on the floor for each element, and we are going to have to paint on those things to counter the mechanics that they bring forth. It'll be easier to show you than to try to explain. I've claimed the girl in the picture. She's mine. You can't have her. How long since I've possessed such a masterpiece? No one will get in my way. There's our boss. So we've got this little duty action thing here for actually painting on the sketches when it comes time to do such things. I want to say it's down one of these hallways that you might happen to catch Relm chasing Ultros around. It's great. Paintings are my world, the wellspring of my strength. Shall I treat you to an exhibition? So, is attaching to the fire painting here, so we need to sketch on this one in front of it to give ourselves a little water buff that'll protect us. Ah, portrayal of fire. Revel in its fiery magnificence as your bodies turn to ash. So that's how you deal with one of them. Fortunately, each sketch that you need to interact with to deal with each mechanic is the sketch that's right in front of each painting. However, the results from interacting with each sketch are different. So you do need to be a little bit mindful about when and how you do such things. For the earth painting, we need to use this to turn into a little airship that will fly over the earthquake that's about to go off. This portrayal of Earth depicts the fury of the land. Is that the ground beginning to tremble? And then you can get out and resume the fight. Oh, being targeted. Hang on. Let me carry that away from everything. Oop. Still being pursued. Should have kept running. My bad. I'm okay. I keep on trying to sneak a peek down hallways in case we're going to spy something neat. Probably should focus on the fight though, huh? So, for water, only one person needs to paint on this thing. We're about to get a big wave coming at us, so someone needs to paint a rock that we can hide behind. Next up, a portrayal of water. Can you feel its inexorable pull dragging you to your doom? And we're fine. Look out for that water there. The ghost is not done playing with water paint. Watercolors, that's the better joke. Oh well. And now for possessing of the last painting. Wind. For this, again, only one person needs to paint. Rook here has done it, so that they can turn into Typhon. Behold a portrayal of wind, how helpless you are before its ferocious gale. You see all these little Easterlies that have now spawned? Our Typhon buddy here needs to blow all of those away, because they're going to do a big AoE later. And we need a nice, safe place to stand. There we go. Oh, okay, we're all being targeted by this. We need to move away. So long as we move far enough away, that only hurts a little bit. Whoop, stack up. Now, he's going to start targeting 2 paintings at once. So we need to get our fire buff, or water buff rather, to protect us from fire, and then hide behind the rock. So now we have to deal with combinations. Oops. Thought I was still safe from that one. My bad. Couple sloppy goof-ups on my part, but that's fine. Our healers are on the ball. And by ball, I mean me, and by on, I mean healing. There we go. Good job, everyone. That's 2 down. Fantastic. And what a fun fight. All right. The story continues. And we're back. Hello, you two. You haven't been fighting the whole time, have you? I'll wager the spirit was less than thrilled at being beaten at its own game. I must say, these field tests are fast becoming my favorite part of this whole experience. Weirdly, me too. It's a bunch of very good fights. Welcome back, Derman. I was on the edge of my stool watching you attempt to paint whilst fighting, but you soon seemed to get the hang of it. I'm glad our makeshift solution worked as intended. Our makeshift solution worked as intended because I made it to work. Painting is easy, as is intending. I feel I should remind you, however, that the brush was very specifically designed with that arena and that foe in mind. Against aught else, it'll avail you precisely as well as any other brush. So I can keep it? One moment. Aye, this is Garland. That's great news. And what? Oh, they did they? Understood. We'll meet them out there. That was Jesse. Apparently Biggs and Wedge consider themselves well enough to pay us a visit. They're on their way to the yawn. Fancy a brief jaunt to the surface? I could use some air. No thank you. I have data to analyze. Fine, just the 3 of us then. Let's go. See the buddies. Hey, you two. How you feeling? Derman, did you come out just to see us? Yes, indeed I did. Chief, Derman, and Alpha too. We didn't mean to drag you all away from your work. Nonsense. After all you've been through, how could we not come running? Speaking of which, should you even be walking? The Chirurgeon will probably want to have words with us later, but we couldn't just lie back and let you brave the rift on your own. Do you even have enough hands for that much work? Who's taking care of all the little jobs? Ah, yes, the little jobs. It does seem that you two have spoiled me. I only recently learned that the kettle does in fact not fill itself, but we're muddling along somehow. Derman has been a pillar of strength, as always. Alpha's proven to be a stalwart companion, and Nero, Nero's been invaluable and insufferable in equal measure. As for the test subjects themselves, they're certainly formidable, but Omega's experiment hasn't broken us yet. So go home, heal, and don't come back until you've fully recovered. Yeah, guys. It's good to hear that everything's going well, but you call us the moment anything goes wrong. We'll be out here in a wink, even if we have to crawl. Listen to me, Alpha. That uniform you're wearing makes you an official employee of Garland Ironworks. That means you can call on us whenever you're in trouble, and that we can call on you. It means you're not alone. Biggs and I have to go away for a while, so I want you to look out for Dermot and the Chief for us, all right? Good, Chocobo. Quay! You know, I'm small enough that I probably could ride Alpha around. Oh, before I forget, we brought you something to put a spring in your step. You can't fight Omega's creations on field rations alone. Ah, thanks, guys. Now go back to the hospital where you're supposed to be. Ridiculous. Now, what have we... This next one seems strong, but exhibits no other notable traits. How dull. The true challenge is this fourth opponent. But if I can find the patterns hidden in the chaos, then knowledge and reason will prevail. For even the most random actions are products of an underlying logic. One has but to isolate the behavioral triggers. Not good. Blah. Tastes like salt water. Why would... I need to take a closer look at that card. Nero, behind you.
Alpha Group shows signs of recovering from recent trauma, initiating action to maintain desirable stress levels.
And there goes our intel. Well, we appreciate you coming out to meet us. After imagining everything that could go wrong in there, it was a relief to find you quietly getting on with the job. We'll have to hurry up and get well. Yes, you will. Go do that. Wedge is standing by to see you off. Alpha and the Chief have already gone back in, so don't let us keep you. Our colleague over there should be glad to help you make the descent as soon as you're ready. This dreadful experiment may have a way to go yet, but if you keep taking it one battle at a time, you'll be fighting Omega before you... it'll all be over before you know it. That's true, one way or another. All right, back in we go. Can I lower you into the rift, sir? I may not be much use in battle, but I can at least do you this small service. None does it better, thank you. None does it at all, actually. We're really relying on you for this operation. Thanks for joining me up there, Dermot. I know it meant a lot to Biggs and Wedge. Oh, anytime. How you doing? Ah, back, are you? We should return to the task at hand. Everything all right, Nero? You look a bit green around the gills. The kettle was full of salt water. Not the best stuff to brew coffee with, it turns out. Really? Well, it wasn't my doing. Of course not. That would involve you filling it. The water came from Alpha, created by one of those cards of his. It was very thoughtful of him to make the effort, but next time, I'd prefer a beverage that didn't leave me feeling ill. In any case, you can handle support for this third battle on your own. I want to begin preparations for the fourth. Fair enough. Right, Dermot. Your next foe is simply known as the Guardian. Unlike that ordeal with Chatternook, this battle promises to be relatively straightforward. Courage and steel should be enough to win you the day. We'll see. You gonna be alright? Just leave me be. I'm having enough trouble concentrating as it is. Alright, well. Thanks for the assistance. Sorry for the coffee. Quay? Quay. Alpha seems concerned about Nero, but otherwise eager to proceed. You may enter Sigmascape 3 whenever you are ready. Superb. Sigmascape V3.0. Known simply as the Guardian, this foe is described by Sid as the machine responsible for defending a capital city. As a creation of otherworldly engineering, it is impossible to know exactly what weapons it'll bring to bear, only that this will be a contest of force versus overwhelming brute force. Yep. And it's an interesting one, too. I'll explain once we're in. So Final Fantasy VI players may recall the Guardian as a boss designed to prevent the player from getting to certain areas before they're supposed to. The Guardian will transition between a host of different combat programs. Try to keep track of which does what. And we got some new players in the crew. So allow me to make a couple introductions and go over the party listing. Falca and Ziriah will be our tanks. Jiraiya, I think is actually the way to pronounce it properly. Healers, still Korga and Alexa? I don't know if I said that right, sorry. And fellow damage dealers will be Lily, Jara, and Dan. Fellow Dan Oceans. Good portrait art, everybody. Everyone always does great at that stuff. But I think now is a time for battle. Let's wreck them. So you see these two screens behind the Guardian here. Weapon systems online, running basic program. Guardian engaged. The Guardian has several basic attacks of its own, including that. Which is not a thing to stand in one place for. You want to move. Every now and then, we are going to see the Guardian load a program, one of 4. Those 4 programs correspond to 4 different bosses from 6. Ultros is this one. And depending on which program they load, they will come at us with a bunch of different attacks. Tentacle simulation incoming, another Ultros move. Look out. First for this. And then for those. And then at a certain point, I have more arms than I do lives! That boss themselves will actually load in, and you have to take them out. While also looking out for whatever it is big guy does here. Because that's a painful place to stand. Oh, look out. Proximity damage. Also, the walls hurt. The walls hurt very badly, so don't run into the walls. Or get knocked into the walls. Loading again. Ah! Is that the Air Force? Yep. The Air Force boss will first result in that little close-range AoE there. Followed by missiles from all sides. Dodge the missiles. Don't get hit by the missiles. They hurt real bad. Also, here come a bunch of bombs. We have to defuse them by standing on the most glowing wire. Which is very cute. I wish they used mechanics like that more often, actually. I adore that. All right. Ah, now they're loading in Dadaluma. There's 4 in total that they can potentially pull in. Oh, we need to stand close because we're about to get knocked away, I think. Yep, into the pain wall. Whew, that was close. Now, each of us needs to stand in one of these. There we go. Or else things hurt very badly. Now there's actual Dottaluma to fight. Whoop. Probably shouldn't stand near that. There we go. Loading again. And it's Bibliotaph, who you might recall we've actually fought in one of the Heavensward dungeons. And they used this move then too. So we need 3 people standing in each one of these at once to lock them to prevent any ads from spawning in, and we did it. Go team. Oh, there's Bibliotaph. Should probably help with that. Look out for that. Gracious. Ah, big beam. All right, Bibliotaph down. Let's finish this thing. Who is loading in? That's an Air Force again. Close range. And then missiles. Oh, no missiles. Nice. That simplifies things. There goes that one. Nope, here come the missiles. Oop, don't stand in front of where it's aiming. Or in the missiles, or in that. Oh, it's all bad. Finish it. Defuse the bomb? Good job. Almost got it. And down she goes. Stormblood raids have some real good bosses. Just fun encounter designs. Fun gimmicks, fun moves. The mechanics are great. Good job, everyone. Only one remains today. And it, too, is a very good one. You might already be able to guess what it is. All right. Let's go see our buddies outside. And we're back. How you feeling? Done, are you? Then it's almost time. Congratulations, old friend. Judging by the lack of smoking holes, I'd say you have a natural talent for avoiding laser beams. And this is what passes for a straightforward battle in here. Phantom trains, possessed pictures, now this Magitech-like machine. Assuming it was real, the realm the Sigmascape is based on must have been highly advanced in both the arcane and the mechanical arts. Tis truly a pity we cannot identify the test world's origin. Imagine how much we might have learned from such a civilization had we encountered it under different circumstances. But now's not the time for such idle thoughts. The next battle will be the last for this world, and Nero should have a strategy to share with us by now. I can't wait to hear. Nero seems unusually anxious to move things along. This is it. The final battle to conquer the Sigmascape. We've put together a profile of your next opponent. You've encountered some fantastical foes in here, but this time you'll have the novel experience of fighting an actual person. His name is Kefka, and he's a jester. According to the data, his preferred mode of fooling didn't just bring the whole house down, but the whole world. Apparently he found comedy in the tragedies of others and condemned countless thousands to death for his own amusement. That a jester should bring such misery. 'Tis almost amusing. Nevertheless, we must treat this villain with all seriousness. His rise to godhood and subsequent rule over a shattered world is clearly documented in the records. Kefka's a formidable mage and a cunning one besides. Your tactics must account for both his power and his trickery. You've been working on a solution, yes? Will it be enough? Will it be enough? Have you ever known me to do anything by halves? The jester's face paint is a mask for his intent. If you only watch the surface, you'll be fighting at a disadvantage. To put it bluntly, Kefka will seek to deceive you. Even as you predict his actions and adjust your position, his true attack will reveal the feint for what it was. This is where things become interesting. I've tuned this monitor to allow me to observe the Sigmascape with greatly enhanced clarity. If I observe a discrepancy between Kefka's behavior and the impending attack, I'll endeavor to warn you. The timing will be critical, of course. How confident are you of this strategy? I predict a 50% chance of success. Any delay, however slight, in reacting to his feints will render my warnings all but pointless. Isn't it exciting? There's no safe way to practice this, hero. We must test our tactics on the field of battle. I don't love it, Nero, but okay. I'm afraid he's right. I'll lend you all the support I can from this side. Make what preparations you need and head into the Sigmascape. We can't let this jester have the last laugh. Embrace your destruction. It is the fate of all things. But people can always rebuild, and new lives will always be born. A fragmented conversation that accompanied Kefka's data. His was the first line, but there was no mention of who uttered the reply. You admire this villain. Perhaps. I admire the idea of upsetting the status quo. Go on, champion. I tire of waiting for the fun to begin. As do I. And what fun we're about to have. What's up, Alpha? Are you asking my permission? By all means, let's get things underway. Well, now that you've okayed it. Quick! Alpha is clearly poised to spring into action. You may enter Sigmascape V4.0 whenever you are ready. Sigmascape V4.0. The looming face of the Sigmascape, Kefka will be your final opponent in this test world. Analysis of his data reveals that, despite his comical appearance, this cackling jester once rose to godhood and cast his entire planet into ruin. He has a power not to be underestimated. Nero has also alerted you to the villain's propensity for trickery, and promised to watch for deadly feints through his enhanced monitor. You can only hope that his warnings come in time. Yes, as you can probably already tell, trickery is going to be a big thing for this fight. I'll explain inside. I wield the greatest power in existence. You may as well be the dirt on the bottom of my boots, or the dirt stuck to the bottom of that dirt. I didn't really come prepared with a Kefka voice. I'll destroy everything! I'll create a monument to non-existence! And there's the laugh. Very good. All right. Get him. So, destroy, destroy, destroy! I'll destroy it all! So the main gimmick with this particular fight is trickery. You will notice standard danger puddles throughout the fight. Every now and then, though, you will notice danger puddles that have a whole bunch of question marks inside them. When you see those, you need to do whatever the opposite is of what it tells you. Because he's about to hit you everywhere that the danger puddle is not. Look out. So these are just regular ones. Oh, you figured out my tells, have you? Oh, have you? His posture. The change is slight, but it's shifted somehow. Keep an eye out for his tricks. So there's the question marks. Stay inside the danger puddle. It feels wrong, but everywhere else hurts. Question marks? Quick now, make your peace with death, because I'm making your death with all these pieces. Enjoy the tunes, everyone. Blow them all the way. Whoosh! So now we need to be watching the tower as well, because it's about to be doing things like this. Oop. And that. It's going to be knocking us around, and there are no guardrails, so careful. So glad we get to see this fight and this music and all that in this MMO. It's very good. Oop, stack up. But also not in here. Am I here? Over there! I really could be anywhere! So when he warps like this, he'll do one of two things. He'll do that, in which case you want to be standing off to the side, but if we see him charging up a longer attack, we need to be standing right in front of him. Look lively now! Ugh, must I give you a push? Up. Another gust. But also this. Stand in that. Look out for that beam. Oh no. Whew, that was close. I live though. I think they switched sides on me because of trickery and I didn't see it coming. Did you think you won? Oh, no, we've just begun. Scorch just half for twice the fun. Run, run, or you'll be well done. Just trying to watch the moves. Statue's about to do something again. Whoop, let's stand on this side, I think. Yep. Oh boy. And stand in these. Okay. Oh, it's about to warp again. But what's he gonna do? Okay. We're in the right spot. Really great animations on him, too. They're having a lot of fun with Kefka here. Okay. Stand over here. Wear him down. Still alive? Unbelievable! I really must insist you die. Are you looking? Why are you looking? You shouldn't be looking. No, we should be looking. There's a question mark on that gaze eye thing. Keep looking. Trickery. It was a good fight. A good fight that is very nearly done. Yes! I lost? How can I lose? I just can't believe it! If we ever play Final Fantasy VI on the channel, I'm gonna need to actually figure out a Kefka voice. But hooray, we did it! Well done, crew. And thanks for helping me to get through this third of the Omega Raid, the Sigmascape. You all did wonderfully. Thank you all. For the assistance and for showing off the stories of all these raids possible. You are all wonderful. Celebratory fireworks. All right, let's head back outside and wrap up for today. Ooh, cool fireworks. That's it, isn't it? He's won.
This contest has been decided. Alpha Group is victorious. The Sigmascape test world will now be erased.
Come on, we should go and find Durman. Nero? Talk to me, man. Are you hurt? You could say that. I had a visitor while you were attending your little Ironworks reunion. Omega. Damn it. We should never have left you alone. Not after what happened to Biggs and Wedge. As if I would trail along behind you, like some sniffling lapdog. No, I chose to remain. And behold the results. This was my victory. It was my ingenuity that defeated these foes. Even your precious warrior of light was just another variable in my grand experiments. All right, Nero, save your strength. I'll fetch Durman and Alpha, and then we can get out of here. Garland. The next round is yours. But you can't keep holding back. It's time to unfetter that brilliant mind of yours, to do what must be done. And I'm not just talking about what becomes of Omega. You cannot preach freedom through technology and keep yourself locked up in chains. Hey, Alpha. Oh. Hello, Midi, also. Another battle won. Thy might knoweth no bounds, child of man.
The Sigmascape has been terminated. Congratulations, Alpha Group. Congratulations, Durman Durrani. Consistent with previous performances, you have once more defeated a foe of vastly superior combat capabilities. I have constructed a theory to explain this phenomenon. In order to conserve life energy, you subconsciously limit your output during standard activity. I've taken this factor into account when calculating your potential, but judging by the wild fluctuation in values, is it possible your limits are exceeded by an unpredictably high degree when engaged in battle? Current data unreliable. Accuracy of further experiments may be compromised. Recalculations necessary. You will exhibit your full potential, unrestricted by self-imposed limits. Prediction. Placing subject in mortal peril will facilitate the collection of desired data.
Oh my. Big.
Reveal your power. Let me measure the extent of your existence. In precisely 180 seconds, I will terminate your life. You are to attempt escape with every last reserve of strength you possess.
Alpha, how does this help? Oh. Oh.
Alpha, your participation is unnecessary. Do not interfere.
It was a good idea, Alpha. Buddy. Not that good an idea. Maybe you can take it easy. Don't hurt yourself. Curious. 'Twould seem the circumstances of thy birth taint not the purity of thy life. The seed which all mortals nurture is found within thee too, Alpha. As for thee, Omega, after the passing of eons, is this truly the extent of thine evolution? I have glimpsed the core of thy wretched existence, and judged that my guidance here is no longer needed. Well, hello again. Almost forgot you used to be big. Even I cannot fully bend the rules which govern this place. I have reached beyond my strength at the last. But so be it. Such a death becometh thee not. Thanks, Mitty. To slumber shall I betake me for a time. The incarnation I leave with thee will be mine in form, but not in spirit.
Midgard Sormer. Again, your actions are incomprehensible.
Heed me, empty vessel. Thine all too clumsy effort to draw out that which, by thine own admission, defieth thine understanding, is the very height of folly. Temper thy desire. Trust to the results of thine experiments, and when thou hast witnessed these mortals in the fullness of their glory, then mayest thou determine if the prize thou seekest is thine for the taking.
Acknowledged. Attempt to artificially elicit potential has failed. Tend to your injuries, Alpha Group, and prepare for the next round of testing.
It was a good idea with the frog trick, Alpha. Sorry it didn't work. Derman, Alpha, I need your help. It's Nero. He's... Twould seem we all have a tale to share, but not here. Come on, we're leaving. And we're out. Alpha, you okay? Well, rest up, buddy. Sir, the chief has already departed for Ralger's Reach. A few of our people were on hand to help him transport Nero. Oh, and I was told to tell you that Jessie expects a full report as soon as it's convenient. And by that, she generally means now. I appreciate the translation. I'll start heading over there right when it's convenient. Jessie! I'm back. I came running as soon as I heard you called. Promise. What? I'm here. Derman, I was told you'd made it out of the hole, but nothing beats seeing you with my own two eyes. In case you're wondering, Nero was taken straight to the infirmary. The chief should be back soon with news, if you don't mind waiting. I don't. Chief, how is he? Not good. It seems one of Omega's nastier minions paid him a visit in our absence. He's putting on a brave face, but having seen his injuries, I'm surprised he kept going for as long as he did. The chirurgeons confined him to bed. Even should Omega extend its next invitation, Nero won't be coming with us. Midgard Sormer's taking a lengthy nap now, isn't he? And it won't be long before our base camp is lost to the rift again. When the time comes, I'll join the expedition myself. The challenges will only get harder, and you'll need someone reliable at your back. I appreciate the offer, Jessie, and I may take you up on it when the time comes. But let's not make any decisions just yet. I have a lot of thinking to do about what's happened and about what lies ahead. Claire. The poor thing. He seems worried. Thanks for trying to do the frog thing and saving me. I mean, don't worry, we will get Omega in the end, but I really feel like I should thank you for going to the effort. You came up with an idea and you went for it. You didn't really think too hard about that strategy, but you tried, and I appreciate it. Quit. Well, that got a smile out of him. We may not understand what he says, but I think we can understand how he feels. Right. Much as I'd like to stay and chat, we all have work to do. Sooner or later, we're gonna have to face Omega itself, and we've all seen what it's capable of. We need to be stronger. We need to be ready when Omega calls on us again. Let's make sure that we are. You got it. We'll be ready. Won't we, Alpha? Are we done? Is that the last one? Hang on. Ah, that was the last one. Perfect. All right, then we are wrapped up for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time as we conclude this Omega Raid series. I hope you're enjoying it so far. But yes, until the next episode rolls around, do take care, all of you. And goodbye.